Have you ever wondered what she really means when she says certain phrases? We've all been there, right? Those moments when you're left scratching your head, trying to decipher the true message behind her words. Well, we're about to embark on a journey that will shed light on this mystery, one phrase at a time. This exploration is not just about unmasking potential dishonesty, but also about understanding the emotional defense mechanisms at play. It's about fostering open, honest communication in relationships, which is a cornerstone of any meaningful connection. We'll delve into the psychological underpinnings of 6 common phrases, uncover the importance of nonverbal cues, and reveal how humor can sometimes mask the truth. We'll also discuss why repeated phrases and the act of protecting feelings can be significant, and how minimizing emotions might signal deeper issues. So buckle up, because understanding these dynamics can greatly enhance your interactions. Let's dive into those 6 innocent phrases that may signal she's not being completely honest. First on our list is the phrase, "I don't remember saying that." You may have heard this one before, and it's important to understand what might be going on beneath the surface. When someone uses this phrase, it can indicate a variety of emotions, from guilt and fear of confrontation to an attempt at evasion. Let's delve a little deeper. You see, this phrase is often an emotional defense mechanism. It's a way to distance oneself from the consequences of their words or actions. It's like a shield, protecting the individual from potential conflict or emotional discomfort. So, why would someone not remember saying something? Well, it could be that they genuinely don't recall, but it can also be a way to avoid responsibility or sidestep a difficult conversation. It's as if they're saying, if I don't remember it, then it didn't happen, or it's not important. But here's the key. How do you respond when you're on the receiving end of this phrase? It's essential to approach the situation with empathy and understanding. Avoid jumping to conclusions or becoming confrontational. Instead, calmly express your feelings about what was said and ask if they would like to discuss it further. By doing this, you're creating a safe, non-judgmental space for open communication. It reassures the other person that their feelings and thoughts are valued, and it encourages honesty. Understanding this phrase and responding appropriately can help avoid misunderstandings, foster open communication, and ultimately build trust. Let's remember, it's not just about the words we say, but how we choose to respond to them that defines our relationships. Second, we have the infamous phrase, "I'm fine." Now, this is a phrase that has perplexed many a relationship seeker. When you hear, "I'm fine," you might think, great, everything is okay. But hold on a second, is it really? Let's dive a little deeper into the unsaid. It's important to remember that words are just one part of communication. Nonverbal cues, such as body language, can often tell us more than spoken words. When someone says, "I'm fine," their body language can reveal a whole lot more. Imagine this. She says, "I'm fine," but her arms are crossed, her gaze is averted, and her tone is flat. These nonverbal cues can indicate that she's suppressing emotions. Perhaps she's upset or frustrated, but she's not ready to talk about it just yet. Her "I'm fine" might be a protective shield, a way to avoid confrontation or to prevent an emotional overflow. So, what do you do when you suspect "I'm fine" means something else? The key is to create a safe space for open communication. You might say, "I noticed you seem a bit off today. If you want to talk about it, I'm here." This approach shows empathy and understanding rather than jumping to conclusions or accusations. These simple shifts in understanding and responding can make a world of difference in fostering honest, clear communication. Let's move on to our next phrase, which is also often misunderstood. "I was just joking" is our third phrase. It's a common line we've all heard, and maybe even used ourselves. But what lies beneath the surface of this seemingly innocent jest? Often humor acts as a mask, a safe haven for expressing sensitive thoughts without the sting of direct confrontation. Imagine this. Someone makes a cutting remark, then quickly follows it with, "I was just joking." It's a way to soften the blow, to sidestep the discomfort that comes with airing out raw, unfiltered feelings. But in the realm of relationships, it's essential to discern when jokes are more than just jokes. When humor feels forced, awkward, or overly sharp, it's like a beacon signaling that there's more to the story. It might be a veiled truth, a concealed worry, or a cloaked desire. So, how do you respond when you sense that a joke is wearing the mask of truth? The answer lies in empathy and open communication. Instead of dismissing the joke or laughing it off, gently probe a little deeper. Ask what inspired the joke or how they truly feel about the subject. Make it clear that it's safe to express their genuine feelings, even if they're a little uncomfortable. Remember, humor can be a bridge to deeper understanding, a tool that brings hidden truths to light. But it's up to you to recognize when this phrase is more than mere jest. Being aware of this can help you navigate sensitive topics more effectively. Fourth on our list is, I've just been really busy. Now, we all have times when life gets hectic and our schedules become jam-packed. It's completely normal. However, when this phrase turns into a common refrain, it might be signaling something deeper. You see, we all make time for what truly matters to us. It's a universal truth. So if someone is consistently telling you that they're too busy, it might be a subtle hint that they're not prioritizing the relationship as much as you might hope. This doesn't necessarily mean they're lying outright, but it could suggest that they're emotionally shielding themselves. They might be using the busyness as a buffer, a way to create distance without having to confront the uncomfortable truth that they're not as invested in the relationship as you are. Noticing patterns in someone's behavior, such as selective availability, can offer invaluable insight into their emotional priorities. For instance, if they're always too busy to spend time with you, but seem to have plenty of time for other activities or people, it's worth paying attention to that discrepancy. Remember, it's essential to approach this with empathy rather than accusation. Open a conversation about it. Ask them what's been keeping them so busy and express your feelings about the situation. This can encourage them to be more honest about their priorities and feelings. Observing these patterns can give you a better understanding of where you stand. Our last two phrases are, I didn't want to hurt your feelings, and it's not a big deal. These phrases often signal reluctance to confront issues or express vulnerability, and they can be a little trickier to navigate. When someone says, I didn't want to hurt your feelings, they are attempting to balance honesty with compassion. While it may stem from a place of care, withholding truths can ultimately erode trust and connection. It's like a tightrope walk between wanting to be honest and not wanting to inflict pain. The challenge here is to encourage open conversations, to nurture an environment where honesty doesn't equate to hurt. On the other hand, it's not a big deal. Often minimizes emotions and downplays issues. It's a defensive mechanism to avoid confrontation or express vulnerability. It's like sweeping the dust under the rug instead of cleaning it out. But remember, the dust is still there, just hidden, and over time it may pile up, leading to bigger issues. These phrases illuminate how important it is to create a safe, non-judgmental space for honesty. It's about making room for vulnerability, for raw emotions, and for those little insecurities that make us human. It's about creating a space where it's okay to not be okay, where it's okay to voice concerns without fear of judgment or rejection. Responding to these phrases requires a delicate balance of empathy, patience, and genuine curiosity. It's not about prying or forcing someone to open up, but rather showing them that it's okay to do so. Asking open-ended questions and showing genuine interest in their feelings can encourage authenticity. It's about reassuring them that their feelings and thoughts are valued, that their voice matters. In the end, these phrases are not just words, but windows to deeper emotions, to hidden fears, and to unspoken thoughts. Recognizing them for what they are and responding with understanding can foster stronger connections, deeper intimacy, and healthier communication. So the next time you hear, I didn't want to hurt your feelings, or it's not a big deal, remember to respond with empathy and genuine curiosity. It encourages authenticity and builds stronger connections. To wrap up, understanding these phrases can greatly enhance communication in relationships. When she says, I don't remember saying that, it could be a mix of guilt, fear of confrontation, or intentional evasion. The statement, I'm fine, often conceals suppressed emotions, while I was just joking might be a mask for a more sensitive truth. If you hear, I've just been really busy, repeatedly, it could indicate a pattern of emotional distancing. The phrase, I didn't want to hurt your feelings, although well-intentioned, might be a sign of withheld truths that can damage trust. Lastly, it's not a big deal could reflect a reluctance to confront issues or express vulnerability. Remember, it's crucial to respond with empathy rather than accusations. Encourage honesty and open up a safe space for authentic communication. After all, fostering open communication and building trust is key in any relationship.